Hola, ahora ya. Gracias, Gabriela. Ahora sí, ¿verdad? Hi, beautiful. Hi, Fanny. Gracias, Andreina. Excelente. Gabriela, ¿ahora me escuchas? Can you hear me? Ahora sí. Yes, great, great. Okay, so we are in business. And today we are going to be talking about something that might be a little bit controversial because it's something that is no, I think we just take it and we don't question it. Like a lot of things in life, we just take things and that's it. And we assume that is correct. Let me just give you a little history about why I feel with a sense of authority of talking about the thing that we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is about why staying single is a great idea. Okay, so and one of the vignettes that I'm going to share with you is in my book number 1. Yes, all in English. Today is in English. On Thursday, martes español. Okay, so in my book number 1, if you don't have book number 1, you need my 6 books, okay? So you need to get book number 1, and today we're talking about relationships, and it's book number 3, okay? So, but this is the base, the foundation. And here you find all the information that you need and that you can get some information about why I talk about the issues that I feel confident talking about it. My passione. Okay. When I was in my 20s, it was, of course, I'm in Venezuela. In my 20s, that was probably in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. So by the time I turned 20, yeah, and my grandmother, especially my grandmother, felt that I needed to get married. I needed to get married. Of course, that is then you have children and you get married and you get children. But one of the things that happens to me was that I didn't have that calling. I didn't have that sense of that I needed to get married in my 20s and have children. What I wanted to do, and you find it in book number 1, is to go to school. That was my goal, my dream, to get my high school, to get my college degrees. I got 2 college degrees in Venezuela. I came here, I got my master, then I got my PhD, then I practiced my career. So in my case, I had the wisdom at a very early age in my 20s that to know that marriage at that time, it wasn't for me because I had other purpose and other goals. My goal was to go to school. That was it for me. And it was so clear that regardless of the impact and the influence of my grandmother, I didn't do it. So I didn't argue with her. I didn't fight with her. No argument, nothing. I knew that was her opinion, but it wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. And so this is a little story about how we, from early times, it's the idea that you have to have somebody with you in order for you to be complete. So if you don't get married at a certain age, you don't have children at a certain age, then you say something wrong with you. You are doing something wrong and you're not a complete person. I even remember one time I went back home to Venezuela after I was here maybe a year studying here or 2 years studying. I don't know if I was already graduated or not from my master. I went back home to Venezuela on vacation, and one of my relative daughter said to me, "Oh, you don't have children?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Oh, you're not a complete woman." And that was a very young person. And I thought, what? But that's the mentality. So what happened that from early time, we start hearing the narrative that if you are not with somebody, then you are not a complete person. the idea is that love is the highest achievement. No, the highest achievement, yes, is love, but the love that you have for yourself, because the moment you love and respect yourself, you are going to do the growth that is going to allow you to be a complete person so you can get engaged in a relationship. Because what happened, a lot of times people get involved in relationship as a transaction. What can you do for me? How can you help me? How can this person make my life easier? How can you love me? How can you help me to heal my wounds? How can you complete me? And you hear that, oh, my better half. Oh, no, it's just it's a mindset that to me doesn't make sense, because you go into a relationship a whole and complete and healthy person. So that is the love is the highest achievement. That romance give you meaning to life. So what's gonna give meaning to your life is romantic love. And we can talk a little bit about romantic love, but I'm gonna continue with my outline, and then if you have questions, then I will expand in the point that you want me to expand. And what happened that most relationship, let me clarify something. Someone who might be seeing me now or might see the video, this is number one, my opinion. Number two, this doesn't apply to anybody. You may know people that have very healthy, very powerful, amazing relationships. So we are talking about the common, the normal people, the people that are out there struggling and getting from relationship to relationship, from marriage to marriage, and they never find that completeness and the happiness, because not until you do your personal growth, not until you do your own healing, you're not going to find a happy, healthy relationship. And that is my book number 3, Happy, Healthy, and Powerful Relationships. Because a lot of relationships, they don't liberate you, they enslave you. In many relationships, there is not a sense of liberation in which you are going to grow, become, change, do the thing that you want to do. Your partner, so support you, is right there for you, is empowering you. I hear a lot of people who tell me, oh, my husband doesn't want me to go to the gym, blah, 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 blah. And this kind of thing that to me, it doesn't make any sense. So a lot of most relationships, they don't liberate you. What is liberation for me? Liberation in a relationship is when you, as a person, as an individual, have talents, have goals, dreams, ambition that you want to achieve. And the moment you get engaged in a relationship, then the limitations start coming in, because then becomes a relationship about control. It's not about personal development. It's not about that person to be fulfilled and happy and complete within that person, because the jealousy, the envy, all that crap that filters in, and it filters in the relationship, because there are no two healthy people in it. There are no two healthy people in it. Let me make sure Facebook. Okay. How often love how often have you seen somebody trade their individuality for comfort? So people get in a relationship, they trade their individuality for comfort. That person is going to provide for you, but it's not necessarily you are in love with that person, or if that's the person you want to be, or this is what you really want to do in life, you want for comfort. They compromise their ambition for acceptance. So that will be me compromising my ambition to go to school for acceptance, because I wanted the approval of my grandmother. So I needed to follow what she was telling me to do, that I needed to do, because an old maid was too ugly. She will tell me that, but she meant it in the right way. I took it the right way. So I would have given up my ambition to go to school. That's all I wanted in my life. All I wanted was to go to school. And we trade our clarity for emotional chaos. So you find yourself in a relationship that you lost your sense of clarity. You feel that you lost yourself. And that goes for both sexes, for females and male. You feel that you lost your sense of clarity, and then you are involved in an emotional chaos. You lose your sense of ambition. You trade, you compromise. And my opinion, in a happy relationship, you don't compromise yourself. And you can say anything you want. But in a happy relationship, you don't need to compromise yourself. Because if I would have compromised myself with my grandmother for having her approval, I lost everything. I will never be doing what I'm doing right now. And you see this kind of narrative to be embedded or to be promoted or to be put right in your face through what? You see the movies, and the movie Happily Ever After. The stories, this romantic thing. The music, this love forever. If you leave me, I'm gonna die. Today I was listening to that song that said 50 ways to leave your lover. That's a good one for today. 50 ways to lose your lover. Boom. Paul Simon, 50 ways to leave your lover. Okay, so you see that in the present world, you see the worship of this idea, that romantic idea, about that if you need romantic love to be complete, you don't need romantic love to be complete. You need self-love to be complete. And you don't have any business to be giving your heart or taking somebody's heart when you are a sick person and you don't even understand what you are doing. So you see that they promote this idea, and you get this concept about romantic love in movies, music, society. They all push the narrative that you need to get in a relationship. That is the goal of your life. No, that's the goal of your life, not to get married. It's not. And I'm going to explain that. One of the philosophers or psychologists, Nietzsche, I probably you heard Nietzsche. So Nietzsche talks a lot about happy and healthy relationship. So what happened when you compromise yourself? This is not a great thing to do. This is a spiritual laziness. When you compromise yourself, when you go into a relationship for comfort, losing your individuality, losing your ambition, in search of acceptance, that is defined as a spiritual laziness. When you surround yourself to the comfort, and you surround yourself to something that you really don't love, that you really don't feel that real love. It's false dependency. And then when you go into that stage, you're falling into false dependency. For you, what do I do? You're talking about that love is that. So, okay. In order for you to become a truly, I tell you, like Jesus said, right? Truly, I tell you, I said to you, no, a powerful person is a truly powerful person is a person that awakened to solitude. Is the person that don't see loneliness, the person that don't confuse solitude with loneliness. In order for you to be the perfect partner, in order for you to practice perfect love, then you have to practice solitude. And a lot of time we confuse solitude with loneliness. Totally different, the wrong interpretation. In solitude is where the self is born. When you give yourself time to be alone, when you take 2 minutes by yourself, When you wake up in the morning and you immediately connect with yourself, in solitude, in the quietness, in those moments of silence, that is when yourself is born. And when illusions disappear, because once you start connecting with your higher self, once you start connecting with your essence, when you start connecting with the real you, not the you that you put out there to get likes and to be popular and to be this and to do that, you were a mask. But when you are in solitude, you are with yourself and you know exactly who you are. And the beautiful thing when you take time for solitude is because there is no distraction. It's only you, and you. That's it. No distraction. And in those moments of quietness, in those moments of reflection, in those moments of solitude, and if you don't give in yourself time for solitude, I highly recommend you to take time every single day, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just when you wake up in the morning. Give yourself time to be with yourself because that is what's gonna take you to a happy and healthy relationship. And you're gonna stop jumping from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship. And what happens, you don't give yourself time to heal. I see people, oh, they just got divorced and immediately thinking about another relationship. Stop it. That is not good for you. You need to take time to heal. You need to take time to reflect. You need time for contemplation. You need time to set goals. You need time to do some personal development. You need time to create the life that you truly want. And when you are in that journey, in that path of creating the life that you truly want, the right people come into your life because you're not looking for it. You attract to you what you think about, whether it's good for you or not. What do you want? And you doing this, knowing based on what you want, not what society expects from you. You have to stop wasting your time trying to be loved. Okay? A lot of people waste their time trying to be loved, but you have to become it. You have to become love. And you see right now, we live in a society with a great with a lot of spiritual prostitution, spiritual decay, spiritual poverty. You see that all day long. So you need to wake up. You need to snap out of it and you need to start giving yourself time to answer those questions such as, what do I want? And what you want is not what society expects from you. What do you want to become? What do you want to become? And you can do this at any time in your life. You can do it before marriage, you can marriage, after, or between. You can do it anytime you want. Because stop when you stop wasting your time and you stop wasting your time trying to be loved, trying to be accepted, trying to be wanted. It's a waste of time. It's total a waste of time. And the reason most people don't take the time to reflect, to meditate, to contemplate, the reason is because they are afraid of the answers that they're going to find. Most people don't ask themselves questions. Most people don't want time alone. Most people want always to be with somebody, in a companionship with somebody. When you're the type of person that you cannot take time alone, then solitude is a bad thing for you. You confuse that with loneliness. You confuse that with mediocrity. You confuse that with spiritual laziness. Then you're never gonna move into the level of consciousness that you deserve to be. Because the reason we don't ask ourselves those questions is because we are afraid of the answer. And then what happens? You either stop or you try to rush the answer. You don't have to rush the answer. You have a question. If the answer doesn't come in that moment, that's okay. Because life has its own programming. You're not going to get the answer immediately. But as you keep questioning, as you keep asking, as you keep making the commitment to grow, to become, and to change, and to be the best human being that you can be today, the answer will come. Because that's how life works. You cannot have the whole picture. You cannot have God or life doesn't give you the whole picture of what's going to happen with you, because we cannot understand it. We don't have the capacity to comprehend the divine plan if the divine plan is presented to me right now. Example, when I was in Venezuela and I was dreaming, you have your dream. That's where you start. You have, and that's why book number one. If you don't have no book number one, you're missing good stuff. So I will have my dream. But if God or life in the 70s, okay, in the 70s, that's when I really start focusing my mind in what I wanted. And remember, whatever you focus your mind on, that's what your body is going to manifest. What you think in your mind, that's what your body is going to manifest. So if life or God would tell me then, oh, Josefina, and you're gonna write books and you're gonna sell your books in social media, I would say, what? I never would understand. So even when I started writing my books, I said, well, how am I going to sell my books? I mean, you have to have a lot of money to have a publisher, all that, the financial investment. But the issue is that when you have a spiritual development, when you obey, when you believe in something bigger and greater than yourself, and then you practice your spiritual development, then all the things come to you easily, effortlessly, free-flowingly, naturally. Why? Because you focus on that, you attract exactly what you're thinking about. So I'm writing my books. I did it when I started getting the prompting, and you need to write book number one. Boom, boom, boom. I wrote my book number one. I'm so excited. Let me have a drink. Book number one. I never, if the idea crossed my mind about how am I going to sell my books, immediately I don't entertain that, because it's questioning life or God's programming. Then what happened? Social media came along, and here I am telling you, go to Amazon and get my book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the reason I'm telling you that is because you cannot see the whole picture. So every single day, your job, every single day, is to be the best person that you can be every single day, doing whatever it is that you're doing, whatever job you have, because the job that you are doing right now, the thing that you are doing right now, those things are preparing you for the adventure ahead. So you have a job and you go to work in the bad mood. You hate your job. You don't want your job. And you see that your job, although you're getting paid, but you get a pay, right? You get your paycheck. But you got to change that mentality, because as long as you keep, see, what you resist, persist. What you embrace, transform. What you resisting, persist. What you embrace, transform. So stop, because that job, whatever you're doing today, whatever it is, whether you're raising your children, you whatever it is, I don't care, whatever it is, do it with love. And always remember that is preparing you for the adventure ahead. But if you do it with love and you think about that this is temporary. This is not permanent. I'm in this job and I'm doing this job because I needed to do it, because it's the way I'm getting my scholarship to go to the United States. And this is what happened to me. When I was applying for my scholarship, then my job, I needed to work for the Department of Education, because they were giving me my scholarship. So all the paperwork, it took all a year and a half. So what my job, because I needed they gave me an assignment to work for them. And my job was to take a 3x5 car, put the names of the book, and then because those days that was the way you file the books at the library. Okay, so I knew that job was not my job. That job was preparing me for the adventure ahead, and the adventure is from day one. It's an amazing journey. It's a beautiful life, but everything is going to be depending on your attitude and asking yourself those amazing questions about who you are, giving the time for reflect, meditation, and contemplation. And don't be afraid to ask yourself those questions. Don't be afraid, because what you resist persists. What you embrace transform. You want transformation. Every single day you want to feel a different person. Every single day you feel, when you go to bed tonight, you feel, I did my best. Everything that I needed to do today, I did it. And that gives you a sense of accomplishment. It gives you a sense of power. It gives you a sense of authenticity and integrity and authority within yourself. And that's self-respect. And one of the things that you get from that is self-respect. And nobody can take that away from you. And when you have all those qualities ingrained in you because you have worked for it, you cannot be in any relationship that is not powerful. You're not jumping from relationship to relationship, because not everybody deserves to be in your presence, and you value yourself. And it's an amazing journey. Okay. Most people don't fall in love. They fall in destruction. That makes sense to you? Most people don't fall in love. They fall in destruction. They fall into destruction. They chase connection, not because they are whole, but because they are broken. When you see people constantly jumping from one relationship to another relationship, they're not looking for connection. They are not whole. They are broken. And if you're a broken person, you gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on yourself. They choose connection. No, they choose, they chase. Have you seen those people? Have you seen them that they constantly, if they come to me, I stop them. My clients, some of my clients, I had like three clients that divorced, okay, recently. And one is going to Costa Rica. She's changing her life. She's working on herself. The farthest thought from her head is getting into another relationship because she wants to work on herself. It's the time of freedom. It's the time of independence. It's the time that you don't have to be waiting for somebody to do something. Oh, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to do? Where you going on vacation? I don't know. Where you going on vacation? You don't have that. You have freedom, totally freedom. You don't have to account to anybody. And after you've been in a relationship, in a marriage or anything, you gotta look at it as a way of freedom. That now you can do the thing that you want to do without asking or expecting or waiting for somebody to do it. You do it at your time. You do it at your personal time, and it's an amazing joy. It's an amazing grace. And I don't take it the wrong way, because I know people get offended. This is the main thing right now. People get offended. This is not for you. I'm talking about healthy people. Get a divorce, papa, boom, papa. I'm talking to my followers, and they understand because they know me. So, okay, so don't chase connection. Some people are not chasing connection. They are, because they are not whole. They are broken. So if you are a broken person, work on yourself. They crave. What happened? People crave. I'm going to look too fast. Do I need to relax? It's because I cannot be lukewarm. Okay, Ramona, hi. Okay, you look beautiful. Thank you, Dulcita. Now tell me, am I going too fast? Are you guys understanding me? I need feedback. Are you understanding me? I need to relax. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, nobody's answering. Is everybody alive? I don't see anybody saying, answering. Nobody's listening. I don't care. I don't care. Okay, let's go. Let's finish so I can go. Okay, so they crave, broken people, they crave validation. They crave comfort. Oh, gracias a Clarissa. Thank you, thank you. One answer. One person is listening. And that's typical in this life. Right now in this society, people don't listen. People are so, oh yeah, Ramona, great. Thank you, Ramona. One in Facebook, one in Instagram. Perfecto. Nobody in YouTube. YouTube is dead. Okay, so because you know these people who are dead, they crave, number one, they're broken people. Karen, listening, loving your message. Okay, great. Let's go, Karen. Karen, let's go. Okay, I'm not gonna stop. Now, what happened? What broken people? Okay, broken people. What happened with these people? They crave validation. They crave comfort. So they get in a relationship, not because they really like that person, but because comfort, what that person can do for me, what they can offer me. It's a crutch. And in doing so, what happened when people do that, they delude their identity. The more you do that, the more you get in relationships that are not healthy, you are diluting your essence, your identity. And that's why staying truly single is the most important thing that you can do in your life, because it's no weakness. Being single is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of revolution, independence, authenticity, being yourself, finding a real meaning in your life. How many people do you know in your life that they are in a relationship but they don't have meaning? It's empty, it's boring, it's boom, boom, boom. So there is no meaning. They have no purpose, because what happened, your goals and your dreams and your purpose is taken away because you start compromising. How many times I share with you when somebody say, oh, my husband doesn't want me to go to the gym. Are you kidding me? I had a client, a male, that a wife will give him permission to play tennis only one day a week on Sunday. And I said to this guy, I said, this is about your health. This is not about something that you're going to the bar to play pool with your friends. This is about your health. And how dare you, whether it's a male or a female, accept that you are going to impose me whether I will take care of my physical body or not. And that's the type of relationship that I find very disgusting and very sickening. Because how dare you want me to be, if you love me, you want me to be healthy, you want me to be powerful, you want me to look the best, you want me to be awesome, you want me to be strong. Are you kidding me? And you take it? And people are so stupid that they take it because they're afraid that the person is going to leave them, that they're afraid that the person is going to get upset. Okay, upset, you're going to have to be upset later on, because I'm going to go work out. I'm going to do my workout. You like it or not? You're going to tell me that I cannot go work out and take care of my health? It's that kind of love? That's sick love. That's not true love. And that's the sick love when you are connected one broken person to another broken person. Two healthy people is the opposite. Two healthy people push themselves to greatness. Greatness is achieved alone. You have to, greatness, you have to work on greatness yourself. Yes, people support, but it's up to you. So you have to be strong, and you have to be powerful, and you have to put people that love you to tell you that you cannot go back to school, that you cannot go work out, that you cannot wear that dress, that you cannot do this, that you can. Who are they? This is a stranger that I happen to fall in distraction, because that's not falling in love, that's falling in distraction to a person who has very short intelligence that is telling me that to go to the gym once a week. Oh, don't wear that outfit for the gym. Hell no. Absolutely no. So, oh, it's really amazing, but it happened. I mean, it's just like you tell those story and it's hard to believe. Okay. Your worthiness depend on you, not on somebody else. Your self-worthiness doesn't depend on somebody else giving you permission or approval to do anything. Your self-worth doesn't depend on somebody else. It's up to you. And one of the the toughest idea for people to accept that you don't do those relationships. They're not relationships that are healthy. Those are relationships that are transactional. What can you do for me? Because I'm afraid to be alone. So then you get married to somebody because you're afraid to be alone. You got divorced and immediately you are in the my one of my clients was telling me, one of my clients who got divorced probably a year ago or so, that her friends telling her to go into the website for the single to find a boyfriend in the internet. And my client, because she's been working with me for a few years, she said, hell no, I'm not gonna do that. That's like applying for a job. That's like writing a resume for a job. And I found it so original and so interesting that she completely rejected that idea. Her friends telling her, go in the internet, different internet for single people to get people, whatever. You don't find the real people like that. So what can you do for me? So it's relationships become transactional. What can you do for me? How can you heal my wounds? How can well, let me move on. That's not love. When we behave that way, that is not love. That's bargaining. That's bargaining with your feelings, with your emotions, with the whole being, and with the most amazing thing that is the love that you're supposed to have for yourself. So those are relationships that are transactional. They are based on what can you do for me? How can you heal my wounds? How can you help me? I cannot live without you. If you live, and this is another big deal. That yes, you can live with anybody. If you don't know how to live with yourself, you cannot live with somebody else. The most important thing that you have to learn to live with is with yourself. When you have an amazing, awesome relationship with yourself, then you can have an amazing, happy relationship with anybody else. And of course, because you know yourself, you're going to be attracted to you people that are congruent with you, people who are in the same lane, uh, vibration, people who are in the same frequency, people who have sort of the same philosophy, people who feel like this is the greatness about life and all those kind of things. So that is what happens when you walk away from relationships that are transactional, bargaining about what can you do for me and what I can do for you. No, that's not the way it is. You don't have to do anything for me because I can do it myself. And I don't want to be doing anything for you because you're a grown-up person. And you should be able to defend yourself, provide for yourself, be independent, blah, 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 blah. And of course, that's the foundation. Of course, there is a moment but no, I'm not gonna get distracted. The greatest, Nietzsche says, the greatest act of love is not to lose yourself in another, but to master yourself deeply. I repeat, the greatest act of love is not to lose yourself and another person, but to master yourself deeply. And the thing is that all that I'm telling you, when you master yourself deeply, you find the happy and healthy relationship. It's just an amazing. It's amazing. How many times people say, oh, when before I got married, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. Or, oh, I lost myself. I don't know what happened to me, but I used to be happy. I used to be, blah, blah. And people start describing what they used to be. And my question is, what happened to you? Why did you lose yourself? You know why? Because you lose yourself in somebody else. You get so entangled with somebody else that you lose your sense of essence. You lose your sense of who you are, and that's not healthy. That doesn't mean that you don't help the other person, that you don't love the other. No, has nothing to do with anything like that. It has to do that the moment that you lose yourself in somebody else, you lost it. Totally, you are gone. You have to recover it. That you can. And what is the answer for that? The answer for that, when you love yourself, when you master yourself deeply, when you don't lose yourself in somebody else, then you can finally offer something real to somebody else. Until you have done that, until you have done the work that you need to do in yourself, by practicing solitude, by questioning, by asking questions about who you are and what you want to be, until you conquer your own chaos. You have to conquer your own drama. You have to solve your own issues. You have to be a happy person, like you know you're a happy person, because all the drama, all the trauma, all the stuff, all the story that you've been telling yourself, once you sit in meditation, reflection, and contemplation, you see the light, and you see that story that you be telling yourself for years and years and years and years, whether somebody created it for you or you created it for yourself, is false. It's false. It's a false narrative. But you got to be able to delete it. You have to be able to reinvent yourself. You have to be able to recreate yourself. When you have those time of solitude, if you are a single person and you don't have anybody, okay, let me say this. When you have your time in solitude, déjame, talking too much. When you are a single person, you have time, you own your time, you don't have to be dependent on somebody else. You do the time, you sing in the time that you want to do it. That's what I was telling my client the other day. Do things at your own time. People are telling, oh, don't go to Turkey because it's raining season. No, you go when you want to go, because rainy season is any season. Okay. And the point I was trying to make with her is like, some friends will say, oh, don't go. No, let me take my example. People will tell me, don't go to Florida in the summertime because it's horrific. It's hot. It's this. And I will come to Florida in the summertime. I used to come here for summertime. Beautiful time, great time, awesome time, perfect time. And people in Massachusetts had the idea that it was horrific. So I told my client the other day, no, you go to your time. And I told that story about Florida. But anyway, so it's just the point I'm making is you have your own time, you have your own focus, you do your own growth, you have your own freedom, and you don't compromise your freedom from emotional entanglement. You don't negotiate your peace. You don't negotiate your path with somebody who doesn't understand. And that is another problem, that you are sharing your life, your beautiful, wonderful life, with somebody who doesn't understand you. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. Well, he doesn't, or she doesn't understand me. Like this woman that gives their husband permission to play tennis once a week on Sunday. Unbelievable. So you don't negotiate your peace. You don't negotiate your health. You don't negotiate your growth. You don't negotiate your dream. You don't negotiate your career. You don't negotiate yourself. You don't compromise yourself. You know what? Because you are the only thing you got. The only thing you got is you. Everything falls apart. Everything disappears. And the only thing that's left is you. And if you haven't worked on yourself and you live a life of chaos, drama, and everything bothers you and everything offends you, and then you all negative and living poison, that kind of junk. No, I'm not gonna waste time there. Freedom. You have the freedom to become, to build, to fall, and to rise without explanation. You have the freedom. You have the freedom to become. You have the freedom to build. You have the freedom to fall and rise, and without explanation. And the beautiful thing that we fall, we always fall forward. You never fall backwards unless, like, something is pressure. When we fall forward. So we still moving ahead. The path of greatness is walked alone. Greatness is walked alone. Yes, there are mentors, there are coaches, there are people, but who made the choice to grow, to become, and to change? You. The path of greatness is walked alone. So if you are single right now, don't chase validation, okay? If you are single right now, don't chase validation. Number one, don't seek someone. Number two, don't seek someone to complete you. Okay? Use the single time to enrich, to train, to read, to create, to heal, to practice silence and avoid noise. Cut the distraction. Cut the distractions. You want to have a mind that nobody manipulates, because that's another common thing in relationship: manipulation, emotional manipulation. The person doesn't want to do something because he's afraid that the other person is going to leave them. But if that person knows that you don't care, you want to leave, go for it. Go for it. You want to leave me, go for it. I'm not going to tell you to stay. You want to go. You want to stay. Do whatever you want. Because I don't need you. I don't need your validation. I don't need you to complete me. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I can do my thing. I can make my money. I can do the things that I want to do. I can go to school. I can prepare myself. I can train. I can read. I can walk. I can do things. Praise the Lord. Thank you, baby Jesus. So a lot of people, they stop and really, they start. I get confused because I don't know how come people believe that. I don't know how come people. I don't understand. Mira, let me calm down here. It's very difficult for me to understand that somebody can control your life with manipulation, emotional manipulation, financial manipulation, physical manipulation. It's just unbelievable. So, if you are single, I'm going to repeat this. If you are a single person, you just got divorced, or you haven't met the right person, wait, don't rush. If you haven't you haven't met, if you haven't met the right person, slow down. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't rush. Don't rush. Embrace it now. It's the best time of your life. And what happens when people who are single, because they believe the narrative in society that for you to be perfect or complete, you need to have somebody bugging you, then you have to let that go. You have to let that go and embrace the singleness. If you're single right now, embrace that. Don't chase validation. You don't need validation from other people. You need validation from you. Don't seek someone to complete you. Instead, use this time to ruthlessly read books, train, create, heal yourself, work on yourself, silence the noise, be quiet, practice stillness, meditation. This type of power, most people don't taste it. Most people don't practice this type of power. And it's the most powerful thing that you can do in your life, because not only it's giving you mental toughness, but at the same time, it gives you physical strength and super spiritual power. And you become invincible. And when I say invincible, it's not that you're showing other people that you're invincible. No, invincible in your head for yourself. You are the type of person that whatever you said to yourself, you do it. You do it. You don't lie to yourself. You make a promise to yourself, you fulfill that promise. You got the point. So most people don't understand that dependency is death. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here for a minute. I'm going to see if you have questions. Okay, let me see. I live in Massachusetts and people... left to move to Florida because of the hurricane. Exactly, hurricane is just... it's not really like that, but everybody has to make their own choice. I used to say to me, don't move to Florida because of hurricane. I ended up moving here and I'm living closer to the beach and I love it. Yes. And exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. And they started the hurricane hysteria a month before, right? The hurricane is in the Caribbean, someplace over there in Hawaii or Bali. And they start, the media, the hysteria starts 3 weeks before. It's just crazy. And that's why you gotta be very careful what you pay attention, what you put your focus in, what you watch. Dependency is death. Yes, you want me to evolve a little bit more on that? Let me see. Okay. Yes, dependency is the death of becoming. Yeah. Laura, dependency is death. The death of becoming. And what die is you stop becoming and you get stuck in something that you are not. Okay, guys, do you want to ask questions or you want me to keep going? Okay. Tips for getting more self-confident. Good. Okay, I'm gonna answer that. I'm gonna mark here part 2 for next time if we do a part 2. If you want me to do part 2, but here, tips to gain self-confidence. I own a house in Florida, and been holding on to it because I want to someday move there. Yeah. Okay. So self-confidence. Let me do the few self-confidence. Number one, the self-confidence comes from knowing yourself. Okay, self-confidence comes from knowing yourself. Lauren, the first thing that you have to do is to get to know yourself. How do you know yourself? You meditate. You do some kind of ritual in which you are who Lauren is. What are you likes? What you don't like? Uh, so what happened in society? We compromise self. Our confidence is compromised because I'm always lacking or liking things that other people tell me, how to dress, what to act, all that kind of crap. So you have to start. You gotta start looking for Lauren. What you like? How do you like to dress? What do you like to eat? At what time you like to train? You have to start to find out the thing that you like, and you start practicing those things. So when you do that, it's self-confidence. Self-confidence is you do what you want to do. You don't have to be rude or vulgar or nasty or ordinary with other people. No, with yourself, you're the best, most amazing person, and you do the thing that you want to do with respect. My grandmother will tell me, "Oh, get married at 20," and I didn't disrespect her, but I had a confidence. I wanted to study because you do it. You act. You speak with your actions. Actions. You don't speak with words. Everybody is loud, and you see that in society right now. The more you scream, that's the one who has the more following or the more stupidity. Yes, Panther dice, I had a boyfriend for years and I broke up because I felt, yes, exactly. And it took a long time for you to send him out, to kick him out. It took you 4 years, but now hopefully you had the confidence that you needed to do that for your own benefit, for your own growth, for your own development. So, Lauren, I think what you need to do first, start knowing yourself. Read the books that you want to do, the things that you like to do. Feel good with yourself. Okay, you can also do the homework, get paper and pencil, and then write the things that you like about yourself. And then another one, the few things that you don't like about yourself that I tell you, when you make that list, you're going to have more things that you like about yourself and very few things that you don't like about yourself. And those things that you don't like about yourself is what Carl Jung called the shadows. And what we have to do with the shadow, the thing that I don't like about myself, I work on it. I work on it. Okay. If I feel like I'm lazy, then instead of repeating to myself that I'm a lazy person, okay, what do I have to go? I have to go to the gym at 4 o'clock. I go to the gym at 4 o'clock. How do you destroy laziness? With action. Well, how do you destroy fear? With courage. How do you destroy whatever? With the opposite action. So I think that it's, and then self-esteem, get my books and your Bible. Another one, once you that have a definition of who you are, look in your Bible. What God says, how God defines you, what God says that you are. The most amazing thing, when you read what God thinks and feels about you, you get, oh my, what? Yo lo aprendí a los golpes, pero a mis hijos sienten que el amor debe doler o algo como que sea normal, los celos, la dependencia. El amor no puede, eso es una narrativa que se ha impuesto en la sociedad. Somos una sociedad enferma, ¿no? Y esa enfermedad viene por de falta, en mi opinión, por la falta del desarrollo espiritual. Porque cuando tú desarrollas tu espíritu, esas cosas del amor, esas cosas del celo, esa cosa del dolor, entonces, ¿qué dijo cuando Jesucristo dijo, no sufras, no, oh, I'm talking Spanish? I turned my cables. Yeah. So what happened? You know, I know why, because you wrote that in Spanish. You wrote that in Spanish. I might change my cable. No, Jesus said, you know, I came so you can have perfect peace and you can enjoy your life and all that beautiful thing that God says and Jesus says in John 14, in John 14, and then Jesus talked about my greatness, that to be happy, to be this. And so it's that lack of the spiritual development, it's that lack of knowing God. Nos hemos become, we have turned into a society, a godless society. And that's why the world is so sick, so twisted, and so wicked, and so perverse. We live in a society that is perverse, is wicked, is evil, is sick. Okay? So you have to do your work. You cannot continue to promote the wickedness, the obscenity, the vulgarity, the thing that are not normal, make it normal, normalizing stupidity, making it normal, because the moment you approve it, the moment you accept that, that becomes normal. Once it becomes normal, everybody goes about their business like nothing, and then we go and decay and decay and decay and decay and decay, and we become very unhappy, miserable human beings. But don't do that. Do work on yourself. What's wrong is wrong. What's right is right. That's no, and that's why they try to eliminate God from our presence, because you have to have some kind of GPS, moral compass. You have to have the wrong is wrong and right is right. Don't kill. Don't steal. Don't do this. Don't the thing that you're hurting other people. But I'm not gonna preach. I'm glad you left that guy. Puerto Rico. How can you maintain a sense of self when in the presence of toxic family sick? Okay, beautiful question, beautiful question. And this is a very, very important question, because this question is very relevant, Ria. Ria said, how can you maintain your sense of self when in the presence of toxic family, sick family, and in the home where the trauma happened? Okay, it's a loaded question. Okay, let me go step by step. How to maintain a sense of self in the presence of toxic people. Toxic people are sick. Okay? Toxic people are sick. And you got to understand. So you cannot argue, you cannot live at the same level of frequency in which sick people are. You can't afford it. What can you do? You need to find, you need to look, you need to create, you need to create, you need to, you need to create a way out of that. If you don't want to be in their presence and you feel that you are that that's not good for you, then you have to start looking for solution. You either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. And if you can do that, if you can start thinking about that, you see, once you start thinking about that, it will manifest for you. So I don't know your situation. I don't know you have to be you have to be there. Let's see, the worst case scenario for me is that I don't have any options. I have to be with these people. Number one, this is sick. You have to have your life, and you have to have your activities. You have to have your job. You have to have your schooling. I don't know what you do, okay? But whatever you do, you need to focus on that. And you need to focus that they are sick, that is, they and sick people. I have a beautiful video on my YouTube channel. There is part of the cure is the wish to be cured. If they want to be cured, if they want to be healthy, they will look for the cure. But miserable, sick, toxic people don't want that. Why? Because they think that's normal to them. Being mentally ill, I saw a video the other day in which the woman is declaring that in her demographic, being mentally ill is okay. But to say it. And I said, no way. But yeah, way. Because it's sick people. So you need to find a solution for yourself in the presence of toxic family member. If you don't live with them, it's easier because you limit the time with these people. If the people don't want to be with you, I don't know, Ria, your situation, but my point is, if the people, you don't, number one, you don't have to be in the presence of these people all the time. If you have to be there because you live in the same house, and then you have to start looking for a healthy solution for you, because you don't want to waste your precious life living in that house with the sick people that they don't know any better. You know better. Use what you look for the solution because it's up to you. It's just like I said, what you resist, persist. What you embrace, transform. And it's going to be up to you to have a sense of dependency, creativity, in all that a singleness bring to you. So, but you got to want it. You have to want it. If you don't want it, you're going to be there and going to spend the rest of your life. And 10 years from now, oh, I should have left. You should leave now. You have to start looking for the solution. You either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. And in my opinion, I don't know your situation, but in general, my opinion, I will look for a place to go, or I have minimum connection with these people. Because people who are sick, people who are not willing to change, people who are not willing to do anything for themselves, people who are just want to spewing negativity and complaining and criticizing and condemning, let them be. You have life is too precious. Life is too precious to waste it. And people who nothing, the only thing that they know is to criticize, complain, and condemn. That's all. So it's up to you. I hope you write to me in the future and tell me what you did. And if you do what I'm suggesting you to do, because you want to be happy, you want to be healthy, you want to be powerful, you know why? Because you are. The only thing that you have to use it, you have to have the discipline to get up and start moving in the direction that you want to go. Right now, you feel that you're stuck in there, but you're not stuck in there. You have the power to do, and the only person who has the power to bring the change is you. Pow! Wow, tan bella. Thank you. I like to learn about yourself and what tolerate and not. I have a very low melting point of tolerance. I don't tolerate stupidity. I don't tolerate laziness. I don't tolerate people who are uh, no ambition. I don't tolerate filthy, dirty. No, I don't. I like cleanliness. Lauren, thank you, Lauren. Entiendo muy bien. Became very ill and returned to come home. Okay, yeah, entiendo muy bien. Mom became very ill and I returned home to support. Thank you. Yes, you do the supporting. Ria said, Ria, she blasts the volume so to make sure that they're listening to me in her house. Yeah, no, Ria, and you do it a great thing. You go there, you help your mom, and you do what you need to do, and you stay positive because you are the changing um, in chemistry. It's an element in chemistry that you put into a substance and it changes. So you are that. How do you call that? It's in chemistry. It's a chemical name that you put into a substance and change the substance. I don't remember that. Okay, let me see if I see anything. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, let me see some points here. Until you can sit alone. I'm going to finish with this. And this goes for everybody. Catalysm. Catalyze. How do you pronounce? Catalyze? Catalyze. Yeah, that. Yeah, a catalyze. You put. That's what you are there. That's what you are. Your behavior, your kindness, your positiveness, you are catalyzed. I don't know I don't know how to pronounce it, but that is amazing. Yes. Okay. Until you can sit alone, I'm gonna leave with this. Until you can sit alone in a quiet room and full, complete, and feel complete, you have no business giving your heart to anyone. Any drink for tears. My tea. My tea. My energy drink is coffee, espresso. Until you can sit alone in a quiet room and feel complete. Not until you feel complete. Not until you feel complete. Not until you feel complete. You have no business. You have no business giving your heart to anyone because you're going to be two broken vessels, two sick people, two toxic people. No. Until you feel complete, then you can open your mind, open your heart, and start the journey of your life. When you feel complete, when you feel confident, when you feel that you're strong, that you have character, that you have integrity, that you feel fantastic, that nobody can manipulate you, that you don't have a mind and emotions that are easy to manipulate because nobody is that good. Nobody has the power. So until you can sit alone in a quiet room, quiet, solitude, solitude, don't be afraid of solitude. Solitude is your best friend. Until you can sit alone in a quiet room and feel complete. When was the last time you feel complete? You have no business giving your heart to anyone. Okay? You have no business giving your heart to anyone until you can sit alone in a room, in a quiet room, and feel complete in yourself. You don't need anybody to complete you. You don't need anybody to validate you. You don't need anybody to make you happy. That's your work. That's your work. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's stop. Well, the few people. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I still have a long way to go. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna finish here. Wow, that's powerful. Yes, Danielle. Exactly. Any drinks, coffee, fat burners, cardio. Sonia, oh great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Energy drink, espresso, coffee, fat burner, cardio. Come with me, you guys are not gonna get any junk. Fat burner, go do cardio. Energy drink, straight coffee. Espresso. No junk, no junk, no junk in here, no junk in here, okay? Okay, you too. I had an amazing back workout today. Oh my God, look at those real delts. Look at the real delts. Pow, bye. Bye, everybody. See you next weekend, God willing. Ready to go to the gym, Gabriel? 101. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, gym time, baby. Gym time. Happy hour. Remember, gym time and happy hour. Bye. Mwah. Pow. Wow. Thank you, Danielle. Love you guys. I love you guys. See you next week, God willing. Yes, gracias, Lauren. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you guys. Remember, the books are in Amazon. Book 1 and book number 3. Happy, vibrant relationships, and book 1 that you have to have it. Okay, for real. Amazing. Oh, thank you, Gabriel. I love you too. Bye. You like this one or this one or this one or that one? I love posing. Me encanta posar. I love posing. Have a great day. Yes. ¡Mua! Me too, all of them. Okay, see you next week. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.